Yeah, well, the mic's actually really good. So.
Cool, man.
It's no problem, but cool. All right, dude. Well, let's pick up. What time? How long have we got? Sort of 15. Doors open in 20. Right, sweet. I'll try and keep it brief then.
All good, man.
Give us a quick kind of how, where, when the band kind of started. Just
it started in Massachusetts, probably 98, 99, something like that. Kind of when Mike, our bass player, who was from Overcast. Overcast was kind of breaking up at the time, and Mike was out looking for new people to play with. Adam and I were in a band together at the time, and kind of scouted us out. We started playing together and wrote a bunch of songs. It took us a few months to find Jesse. We were playing in a band called Corinne at the time, and that's kind of how the original lineup formed.
Okay, and what was the sound then? How did the sound all sort of come together?
Just kind of a mixture of what everybody was doing at the time. Me and Adam were doing the Aftershock thing, kind of melodic, like hardcore stuff, and same thing with Overcast, just really heavy, lots of groove, and just try to incorporate everything into one style,
Also, I was thinking about this, listening to yourselves and think about other bands that I guess maybe your contemporaries like Mastodon and stuff. Mm-hmm. How come all of the best stuff like you, and including yourselves, is all American? It's not coming out of England. What do you think it is about America that is able to produce that kind of...
I don't know. See, we're always big fans of the Swedish metal and stuff. It's kind of like our mentors. You get the Soilwork and the Arch Enemy and all kinds of stuff, man. But, yeah, it's weird. It's just kind of like a strange scene in the U.S. now, especially like our area. A lot of guys who've been playing to like All That Remains, Shadows Fall, and Killswitch Engage, have all played in bands together at one point or another, or played shows together back. We've all been doing it for a long time. And I think people are starting to find the right combinations of members and stuff to get what they need.
In terms of combinations as well, how do you keep the balance of really hard and really heavy, and then with the melodic sections, how does that kind of realize itself when you're writing, and how do you keep that balance?
It's a really natural thing for us, man, because I'm kind of one of the metal guys in the band. Me and Mike listen to lots of metal, and but we have a lot of rock and roll, pop influences and stuff like that. Just I always want to keep things simple. You might have like all these brutal riffs or whatever, but as an arrangement, you try to keep things tight and keep things organized, and try to have things flow and be catchy. And just try to write music that we would want to hear. Being fans of so many styles, I guess you just I'd want to hear it like this. I don't want to hear it like this. It's just kind of get all those styles coming into one. Keep it interesting.
And who do you see? You mentioned a couple bands there. Who do you see as your contemporaries sort of at the moment?
Obviously bands like 12 Tribes, All That Remains, and Johnny Truman, bands on this tour. It's a great bill. Back home, our friends at On Earth are doing great. Shadows Fall, Lamb of God, just a lot of good music around right now.
It's great being on Roadrunner as well.
Yeah. These guys, they've been really cool to us.
You 3 inches.
3 inches of blood, man.
So good.
These guys are insane, man. Really cool.
And also, so what puts you guys ahead of the competition? What is it that you got?
Ooh, I don't know, man. I don't know. A lot of the bands, including us, we've been doing this for a long time. So I think people say, oh, it's a new wave. It's the new wave of American metal. It's not really that new. We've all just kind of been doing it for a while, and it's finally catching on. So I think some of the bands have been around for a long time.
You've got your game tight for when it goes. Yeah. Nice. And also, so where does the rage come from? Where's that from? What feeds that?
As far as Killswitch goes, I don't know if it's ever a rage type thing. It's just kind of an excitement, I think a lot of our songs tend to be pretty positive, We try to write stuff that's uplifting and exciting, and stuff that'll translate well live, So it's just for us, it's all about having a good time, It's not so much about being pissed off about anything. It's just let's go out and have some fun, man. It's get drunk, get rowdy, jump around, have some fun.
Well, I heard that happened at Ozfest, man. Any memories of Ozfest?
Oh yeah. Jägermeister, they took care of us, so that we were pretty loaded most of the time. It was cool though, man.
And how's settling in? How's he finding it all?
Very well, man. Very well. It's nice. I think it was nice. Although unfortunate at the time, losing our singer right when our Live or Just Breathing came out. It's kind of nice that Howard had plenty of time to get adjusted to our style and our sound, and just the time for us to become friends before we ended up doing a record with him, So he's adjusted great now. Cool.
Sure. Has the sound changed at all, and what's he kind of put in of his sort of input?
he actually comes from a similar place as Jesse, you know, in a lot of ways, and try to keep the torch going. I think a lot. You know, the songs are still, I think, in their own way, uplifting. You know, obviously Howard, some darker things he might choose to sing about than Jesse would, but I think he does it in a way where it's still Killswitch. You know,
sure.
And obviously the music is the music. It's still Killswitch. You know.
I've got a quote here. I'll check that it's true because you can never tell what makes it right. The artwork, the album was, and you know your artwork generally fed the music rather than sort of vice versa.
A little bit, yeah. It's something.
How does that work?
It's just Mike had Mike does all our design, our bass player, and he had this idea with this heart, and he was doing a lot of photography and stuff with his girlfriend's hands holding this heart and just playing with this stuff, and it's really thought it was really cool. You know, it's just went through a lot of heartache, you know, before we actually could make this record, and it was kind of like it just turned out being kind of like a theme. I don't really know if we intended it to or it just happened naturally, but it's kind of cool, you know. Especially when we actually had the record finished and we're looking at the artwork, we're like, wow, man, this really fits together. It's kind of cool.
It's amazing art.
Yeah, it's pretty. Mike does a great job, man. He does a great job.
And so many bands listen to a lot of old music. You rarely find a band who sort of listens to a lot of contemporary stuff. What are you guys listening to? When you say there's lots of different stuff, and you personally, the rest of the band, what are you listening to?
Trying to think, all kinds of stuff, man. We got a lot of big hymn fans in the band. Just good melodic rock and roll, man. It's my favorite band in the world, man. I love them. Oh yes,
so
good. A few times. Yeah, I've seen them here actually. It's amazing. But I'm trying to think what else. I've been listening to this band called The Shore a lot lately. It's a good pop rock band. Trying to think. Of course, I listen to some metal and stuff. I love like Arch Enemy, Nevermore, all that stuff. You know, so it's kind of a strange mix. You know, I think all the guys are like that too. We just got a weird mix of stuff going on.
Okay. And I mean, you're doing so much touring and playing loads. How does that affect the sound and also the stuff that you're writing? You know, I mean, I've heard that coming off tour is often quite difficult because when you've had like loads going on and then suddenly it finishes.
Yeah,
does that sort of all go back into the music? And
it's kind of strange, man. We're not a band who does any writing on the road, so it's usually when we go home we either lay around and do nothing or just go right back out on tour. You know, it's kind of like it's weird. It's just, the extremes are kind of strange. You know, it's a weird dysfunctional kind of life, but it's pretty cool at the same time. You know, because everything's like balls to the wall. You're busy every day. You're in a new place every day, and then all of a sudden the tour's over. Like, all right, what do I do for the next 2 or 3 weeks? Just sit around. You know, it's just kind of weird.
So what are you up to at the moment and now and next?
Well, we got a few dates in Europe. Going to France, Belgium, Germany, just for about a week. And then after that, we're going home for a couple of weeks, taking a little bit of time off. And, going to do this tour with the Used. It's called Taste of Chaos Tour. It's kind of like a festival thing. Guys who do Warped Tour, kind of putting it on. It's like kind of like a winter, smaller scale Warped Tour. But that should be fun. You know, play for some new fans. You know.
Oh, nice, man, cool. Well, listen, just so I don't get cut short, can I get a shout? Just, hi, it's Joel from Killswitch.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Clickmusic.com.
Clickmusic.com?
Yeah.
All right.
Man.
What's up, this is Joel from Killswitch Engage, and you're watching clickmusic.com. Rock and roll.
Wicked, man, that's wicked. Cheers, buddy.
Hey, no problem, man.
Spot on, I don't want you to be late.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Thanks for that,
But thank you so much for waiting, man. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Sorry to keep you guys.
Fine.
Yeah, we just kind of got caught at the last minute.
Yeah, cheers, dude. Well, you need some food down the yard.
Feeling great now.
Where'd you go? Daddy, what road do you know? Oh, Frith Street.
Awesome.
I know Frith Street, man. It's sweet down there.
Yeah, it's a really cool area, man.